So what are we going to see from the next Skywatcher video? Well, Jake Barber was talking to Ross Coulthart and told him that, hey, listen, we not only are we going to release a Tic Tac video that we saw that was visiting. We also have caught a jellyfish and saw some jellyfish stuff, and he goes into great detail about what they saw. So it's almost like a preview to what's coming on the next video, and we already saw that in the post, and now there's more actual interview talking about it. So let me play this clip. I want to give a shout out to UAP James for clipping this out, and I highly recommend following him if you want to be caught up on a lot of the news and everything's going on in the world of the UAP phenomenon, be part of the community there. UAP James is a great source to check out some of this stuff. So without any further ado, let's take a look at this clip from Jake Barber on NewsNation. Here it is.
One of the classes that people are going to be most excited to see, because it's very well known and arguably one of the most famous and interesting UFO, UAP classes out there, is the Tic Tac. So on April 7th, you'll get to see our interactions with the Tic Tac. We had a lot of success with the Tic Tac in episode 2, or the filming of that. It showed up for us several days in broad daylight, dropping from above 80,000 feet, as everyone has heard. We pick it up on our radar, we track it, we image it through a number of different means. And so that's going to be exciting to see, because that's one of the ones that holds the most promise for an exciting conclusion right now.
Now, I can't let this one go by. I'm
Don't let it go.
On the edge of my seat. You talked about the jellyfish. Have you seen a jellyfish, and have you videoed a jellyfish?
Yeah, and why we call it a jellyfish? Like, we take a pretty humble, kindergarten approach to our classifications to make it simple for everyone. Like, it literally just looks like a jellyfish. It looks like a head of a mushroom with tentacles, and there seems to be like electrical pulses that go up and down between the head and the tentacles.
Okay, so this is one of those situations again, guys. It's like, all right, so if this comes out in 2023, like right after Grush and right after the hearings and all of that, I think everyone is talking about this story. I think everyone is saying, wait a minute, we got to tune into this thing, because they're going to show footage, another Tic Tac video. They're going to show a potential, they're going to really dive deep into what this thing is. The problem is, and there's going to be a lot of us who tune into this, no doubt. I'll be watching this. You'll be watching this. A lot of us will be watching this. However, it's not going to be the same kind of hype behind it that it would have been about a year ago, because the problem is when you have the setup of the game changer stuff, the all hell is breaking loose, the wait till you see this footage, this is going to change everything, wait till you see this, and you keep getting that and nothing happens. You get to a point where you get to this and you go, okay, well, what he says, there was a Tic Tac, it was following us around, or we got it. Is it going to be the same type of thing? Well, wait till the footage we show you, and it's that egg video that they show, and it's like, well, that could have been anything. It could be anything. It's interesting, but there's no proof of really what that is, and it's not enough for everybody to say, well, that's clearly what that is. So is it just going to be like a light thing in the sky that you're going to see, and you go, well, I still don't really know what that is? Or is it going to be like, that's compelling, like that's really compelling, and then that starts to go around, and everyone's like, well, look, this is something we have never seen before, because the Tic Tac video in the past was shot by, by pilots and from a far distance, and it was this kind of scattered footage. If they're getting it from the ground, is it better footage? Is it really clear footage? He wasn't so clear in this. He said, I mean, that's the first question I would ask. Like, how clear is the footage? How definitive is the footage is what I would ask here in this particular moment, right? Like, how definitive do you think, people are going to go, hey, okay, now we're getting to the bottom of something? Because that's what, in that post that we covered the other day from Skywatcher, they said, we want to make sure that even the skeptics are now saying, hey, wait a minute. There's something going on here. And I believe that that's what the objective is for Skywatcher. The other things that they've seen and the other things that they've been looking at, they have to make sure that they present this stuff in a way that is convincing and compelling. What are we going to see? I don't know. I hate to say it this way because I don't want to be one of those people that's just like, nothing's ever going to happen. But I am extremely skeptical that the footage that is shown is going to do anything except saying, well, that's interesting. I wonder what that is. That seems to be the majority of what we get. That's interesting. I wonder what that is. When you want to say, hey, I know you haven't believed in this stuff, or I know that you haven't been following this stuff, but watch this part of this video right here and look at this. What do you think that is? I don't know. That looks pretty, what the hell is that? That's got definition on it. That's pretty clear. What the hell is that? That's what we all want. That's what we all want to see. And maybe we'll get that. It's possible, but I'm not sure. But Jake Barber clearly promoting this second part of the series, trying to get the word out, and we will see what happens next. The question also will be, if they're bringing in a David Grush, and this is what I find so interesting, right? Because you had Tim Burchett at one point doesn't believe Jake Barber and thinks he's like a plant or something. Like, why is that? And if Coulthart talks to Burchett as much as he does, why doesn't Coulthart have that conversation with Burchett on air about, hey, no, this guy is legit? And if that is the case, if this is about as legit as it gets, and let's say that this footage and everything else comes out, if you're Luna, Burchett, Burleson, Grush at this point, don't you call this guy in and say, look, we need you in here. We need the footage. We need everything else too. We need to get to the bottom of this also. And we're going to give you some resources too. This is where it gets tricky for me. But it's going to be all about what we get inside of that footage. So what do you guys think? You think it's legit? You think we got something? What say you? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Are we going to get to the bottom of this thing? I'm not sure. I want to thank everybody here for supporting the channel. You can always become a member if you want. You like coffee? I hope you like coffee. You can support the channel by getting yourself a bag of coffee. Seriously, that easy. And you're going to love the coffee. So I'll tell you about Trade Coffee. Take a look. Get some coffee for yourself. And I'll see you on the other side. Bye. All right, coffee drinkers. I'm sure you're like me. I start the morning and I need my coffee. I got to have 2 cups. That's what I do. Leave me alone. Don't bother me until I have my coffee. And for the longest time, I kept saying, I don't know. I don't like that bag of coffee. I don't like that one. That one's just decent. I have not been like that in a long time because I discovered Trade. And once I did, I'll never go back. It is a coffee subscription service that delivers freshly roasted coffee straight to my door. I love it. Trade is the #1 U.S. specialty coffee marketplace. It brings you fresh coffee from over 50 of the country's top roasters. Every bag is roasted to order. You'll taste it. You smell the difference from your very first cup. It just lights up the room. I'm telling you, this is so fresh. I feel like a coffee connoisseur now after being with Trade for so long. I just dig the different kind of blends. There's things that I thought I would never like that I've tried and now I love. And you have such a great menu and things you can just browse on their site and they'll fit it right to your taste. It's brilliant. I love Trade. You guys know I do. I rave about it. It's like Christmas time every time I talk about Trade. Now, Trade is exclusively offering our listeners 40% off your first order at drinktrade.com/Kristian. Did you hear what I just said? That's drinktrade, TRAD.com/Kristian for 40% off your first order. Drinktrade.com/Kristian. Do not miss out on Trade. You will thank me for it. I promise.